been a long time. I don't even know how long it's been, but it's been a long time. I'm just gonna jump right into it today. I have been MIA for a while. I have been busy just trying to catch up with life and get the kids situated in school and stuff, shopping and all that busy stuff. But I am going to do a foundation routine today. I'm trying to record as much as I can while I can. This weekend I'm going to be celebrating my birthday, so I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't even know what I'm going to wear or anything, so I'll just have to keep you guys updated on what's going on with me, I guess via Instagram and Snapchat. Yeah, so today we're just gonna do a foundation routine. It's probably one of the most requested video that question that I'll always get. And so we're just gonna go through it. We're just gonna talk about it, all about it. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do so. So please smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also click on that notification bell. That way you can know exactly when I watch. And also it puts me up top so that you guys can see it first. So yeah, let's jump right in. Okay, so I was looking for hair clips earlier, my hair clips, and I couldn't find any, but I did find my daughter's little clippies. So I'm just gonna clip my hair up because I just like to get all of this hair out of the way. And you guys, I did my own nails. I did. And I love them. Like, I'm over going to the nail salon now. I left these like nude. I actually added like a pink to them, and a clear on top. But as far as going to the nail salon, I'm over it. Like, oh, boom. Babe thought I couldn't do it, but I did it. Always hating on the kid. First things first, I took these earrings out too. I am starting off with a fresh face. My face is completely clean. I'll have to do a skincare video. Maybe that'll be the other video that'll come out later on this week. But just starting from a fresh face, and I'll explain to you what that means for me later on. First, I'm going to use a little bit of hyaluronic acid. It's by L'Oreal. It's a serum, and I've used it before. It's the L'Oreal Revitalift Hyaluronic Acid. It has 1.5% hyaluronic acid, so it's a smaller dosage. It's not what you would get at a salon, but I have combination skin, so what this gives me is like the balance between the drier portions of my face and the more oily ones. So I'm just going to drop this across my face, and then I'm just going to rub it in. And I'm gonna rub it in my neck too. Hyaluronic acid is basically it just boosts the moisture. It uses it uses moisture out of the air to plump up your skin, and I do rub it into my lips so kind of get the lines smoothed out. I have combination skin, and you need to be able to identify what kind of skin you are. That way you know how to shop for your facial products. I like to use things that are water-based because, like I said, I'm oily in some spots and I am dry in others. So usually the balance kind of is okay. I can get away with that. This stuff right here kind of gives you like that. Just, I don't know if you could tell, but I just feel more plump. It's not oily. It's not oily. It's just kind of like a plumper. Moving on to the primer. Some people believe in primer. Some people don't necessarily need primer. Some people don't have problems with makeup shifting and moving throughout the day. Like drier skin people who may not have any creasing or anything like that, they may not need a primer because their skin's going to hold on to the makeup throughout the day, and others don't. Again, I'm combination skin. I know that, so I assess that, and I use certain products in just certain areas. I do not like to use too much product on my forehead because I have the lines. I like to keep that as thin as possible because when you start caking up makeup, all you're doing is making those lines heavier and more crease. So I like to keep it, this portion of my face has the least amount of product on it compared to the rest of my face. So up here, I don't prime my forehead. I just leave it how it is. For this portion of my face, which would be my more oily portion, the T-zone, I like to use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And I'm just gonna take that, a little bit of that on my finger like that, and just push it, push it, push it. And now this is like one of the most important things about using products and using foundations. You need to be able to push this into your pores. It's not like, you don't just wipe it across. You gotta really get it up in those holes, the pores. So really, I put it a little bit down here too. I forgot about this area. I'm really oily right here, so I need help right here. And I'm just pushing this in. And that primer, the Milk Hydro Primer, is a very sticky one, which is good. And you just kind of let that all just get along with each other. I'm going to then take care of my lips. Use a lip plumper. And it's kind of crazy because I wish I've lost so many of them. I had a really cute nude color in this. I need to go ahead and get another one that I could use that wouldn't drive me crazy, because this hot pink drives me crazy until I wipe it off. But I'm just using this for the plumping agent, and this is by Buxom. These are at Ulta. They have like a bunch of different shades. This is Kelly. So I'm using this as a lip plumper. Like I said, I like to put the hyaluronic acid on to boost and smooth out the lines in my lips. And then I like to go in with a lip plumper because this also helps temporarily plump your lips up. This pink makes me upset, but it's okay. But I'm using it just to condition and plump my lips while I do the rest of my face. That way later on I can do my lips and they're plumpy, they're supple, they're smoother, etc., etc. So now that we have our moisturizer, which is the hyaluronic acid for today, which is what I use for my skin, and then I'm going to go in with the primer. We use the Milk Hydro Primer.
A lip plumper.
And now we are going to get started on the face. Actually, I'm gonna stop and do my eyebrows and then come back and then do it because I don't want this to be an eyebrow video. So be right back. And now that my eyebrows are on, I look crazy. Hi. Which I'm going to start off with a sponge. To me, it gives off the most flawless. It may not be the quickest tool. I think a brush is still the quickest tool, but you have to go back and get the streaks out of your face. So might as well just use this. This is the NARS Sheer Glow. I have combination skin. This to me is not too oily and it's not dry, period. It's just not dry. It's just perfect. It's comfortable. It's good, you know, throughout the day. It doesn't cake. It doesn't crumble. It's just a really good foundation. So I use this all the time. I've used this for years. I'm going to be using some different foundations. I kind of want to do a foundation video and kind of like look and test and review them, but because I need to try to get some new ones. But today we're going to be using the NARS. I'm just going to take it back of my hand, get as much as I need, and then just put it all over my face. I've already cleaned up my brows, if you noticed, so I use a concealer that is really close to my skin tone, as you can tell, so I don't have to deal with the white and the contrast. The harsher your concealers are and the harsher your contours are, it's gonna clash harder, which is gonna make you have to work harder. Pick your skin tone and then enhance for highlighting or tone it down. I would say in the family of where you're at for starters. If you are not really good with picking colors, just stay around your skin tone, both dark and light. Don't get an ivory concealer and an ebony contour and then try to make it work. Won't turn out right. So I'm just taking this and I am just going to begin to spread it all across my face. And my lips are tingling. What have you guys been doing? How's everybody's summer? My summer has been really mild. And I got to go with my sponge underneath my eyes. I like to cover my entire face because it just overall gives you more coverage. So I don't skip this area during my application. I go ahead and get it all over my eyes. That way everything marries each other better. And I have this mirror down here, so that's what I'm looking at. I am going to get all up in here, but you don't have to if it's not that big of a deal for you. I like to do that just because. I don't have too many blemishes today. I have that one, but as you can see, this foundation covers it pretty well. You can still see the texture of it, but you can't really see the color of it. So I'm not going to do any extra correcting. If I were to, I would use that same, oh my nail got stuck. I would use that same, which is, I didn't even tell you what I used to clean up my eyebrows. It is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Pure Beige. And for reference, Pure Beige is basically the color of my skin. Like, you can barely even see it when I put it on. Now, this foundation, if you can notice, it's a little warm, but I like that because it gives my skin in the end that in-between color that makes your face look really wholesome and not just like two-dimensional. And that was foundation 1, right? So I'm going to go in with a lighter shade of Sheer Glow in the color Barcelona. And I'm just going to take the little brush that I used. Well, I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to use a little brush. And I'm just going to put it in the center of my face. And then if you notice how I was saying pushing product into your pores, I can, if you can see that up close, this is not sitting. You can't see my pores from behind this. It's actually in my pores. You see that? So I'm gonna wipe this off on the back of my sponge. And I am going to push that in. I'm trying to get it so you can really see. Push it in to your skin. This is the best way for you to look poreless. If you're using this pumping kind of lipstick while you're doing it, make sure you don't blend it into your foundation because it could start irritating your face. And that, I think that is like one of the biggest tips I have for foundation, and most of the complaints are about pores and about color matching. And the pores are like the best melted away when you make that foundation get all up in there. Cover that whole hole needs to be covered, because if you cover the bottom of the hole from the, you know, from the outside looking in, it looks more shallow. It looks more like this than like this. It gets rid of that shadow within the pore. All right, so we got that going, and that is your foundation. Now let's get into the highlighting and contour. Okay, so for a highlighter, and that's what I do first, I'm going to go in, I was just talking about it, but this is the Shape Tape Concealer by Tarte. I'm going to use this because I'm going to just use it. All right, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to, okay, I wish you could see that. You see those dots right there? That's what I'm talking about when I say you need, see how that just covered it? You need to make sure it's in there. See that? See those holes? Those are pores. Push your product in those holes. I hope you can see that, because that's exactly what I mean. Push that product in there. Okay, I know you're like, damn girl, I get it. Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just gonna doop down the center of my face with my concealer. I'm going to take my beauty blender. I'm going to take the side that I did my foundation, and this also helps marry your colors together when you're using the same sponge. It kind of helps blend everything, you know. All right, so I am pushing, and this product dries really fast, so make sure you get at it quick. Which is the actually annoying part about it, is if you're like busy and you put your concealer on and you think you're gonna go do something and come back, this concealer is not gonna, it's unforgivable. I'm gonna go ahead because I'm gonna do a review after this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my concealer over my eyelids, which if I wasn't wearing eyeshadow, I still would do this to kind of color correct my eyelids. And I have a scar right here in the middle of my lip, so I make sure that it's as smooth as possible. I'm sure we're all tired of hearing the theory of contour and stuff. Nowadays it's more about people just wanting to know what the product does. So I'm letting you know what these products do. I will be doing more foundation and more concealer top later, but for now this is my foundation. This is what I do. This is exactly my foundation routine every time I do my makeup. Does my cleanup concealer match my foundation? Now I don't have to worry about getting so close up in there and blending it out. So my 100-day makeup challenge went to shit. Sorry about that. Now that we have our all of our highlight on, in the summertime I don't usually do cream contour, but because this is a foundation and a routine foundation routine video, I'm gonna go ahead and use it just because I think it gives me the best possible finish. And a lot of times when you see me on Instagram, I probably did the cream contour for photos, if you know what I mean. And photo makeup is totally different from everyday makeup. So if it is summertime and I'm not taking pictures, I'm not wearing cream contour. If it is summer and I'm not taking pictures, I am not using cream contour. I'm sure there's a lot of easier ways to explain that, but that's all I got right now. Okay, let's go on to contour. So this is the contour stick that I use. It is Gone Through the Wire with me. I think it's Earth 2 by Black Radiance or Iman. Black Radiance. This is what I always use to apply my cream contour. These little brushes, remember these? The only thing I use these for is placement, because they're good with placement. Other than that, do not use, I wouldn't waste my time with these. I really wouldn't. It's just one of those gimmicky things that came out. And I have a widow's peak, so theoretically, I'm trying to cut down all of this and kind of make it, just basically chop 1/4 of my forehead off. And then I'm going to go above. I don't like to do super low dragged out contour, so I'm putting my contour like that above. This is where it's going to land, so I'm going to put it up a little bit higher so it drops down right into place. And I'm just going to lightly dust through here just to take the ash off the perimeter of my face. And I say ash because typically around your face you're darker, and where your foundation went out to, it could be too light. Like the perimeter of my forehead is darker than the rest of my face, so knocking the ash off around, that way you look glowy and healthy and wholesome and supple, instead of like dry and ashy and you got it in your hair. It's just not a good look. So I have enough time to do all of this, talk, and it still be okay. I'm not in any danger. I'm just making sure that this is completely blended out. I know I have a couple like harsh lights on them. Let's see if I can turn this way. There we go. There we go. Is that better? So it's not harsh on there. I'm just blending that into filth, making sure I can't see. I want it to be like I almost can't see nothing, but I know it's there because I can see the warmth. When I'm blending it, I'm kind of going upwards with it. I'm kind of going downwards with it. I'm just making sure that it is just blended each and every way so that it is completely gone, like just completely melted into my foundation. Whenever that is completely blended, I'm not gonna do too much hard contour on my nose because I'm beginning to not be a fan of it at all. This is how we're looking. I'm going to go in with the Black Radiance Hydrating Setting Spray. Quench and Set. I got this and have been loving it. I'm going to use this to now blend and marry all of the foundation together, and then later we're going to do, whenever we have all the powder on, we're going to marry them all together. And it just feels good. Alright, now let's set all this makeup. Using my beauty blender, my Eco Tool sponge, I'm going to blend out those creases that I had right there. And then I'm going to blend this out. One more thing before we go into powder, I am going to I'll just take my finger into this Urban Decay shapeshifter, and I'm just gonna pat it right here where that line is, just to help bring my bags together. And I'm just gonna use that. That just helps further highlight where that hard crease is, so it's just a little more flush. Now we're gonna use the JCat Luxe Pro powder. If you are a beginner, or even not a beginner, I've been doing makeup for years, you would like this. This is a good starter powder, and it also is good for kits, makeup girls who do makeup. It's a good kit friendly one. I'm just gonna take that into my sponge, and do not set over crinkles. So even if I just blended out my concealer, and if I looked around and I have a little bit more wrinkles from looking around, go ahead and fix that before you set it, because once you set it, it's over with. Forget about it. And I'm gonna again push that powder into them holes, honey. Get the creases out. Set it. Push it in. Push it in. You see how it just like, I'm obsessed with that. I'm gonna also put this lighter powder before I do it. I'm gonna clear up the wrinkles. I'm not gonna set my wrinkles. I'm gonna pull my forehead back and get up in there. If you don't push it in, you're gonna regret it. Okay, now let's talk about skin types again. Would you do this if you had really dry skin? It depends. If you're gonna be out in the sun, I don't care how dry you are. If you're out in the sun, you're probably gonna wanna bake just a little bit. If you're not gonna be in the sun, no. If you're gonna be in the office all day and you're not gonna sweat, you don't need the powder because you're dry. Pull this tight like this. Alright, and last but not least, let's actually, you know what, I'm gonna leave my eyes like this because I'm gonna do a eyeshadow palette review. So I'm gonna leave my eyes the way they are, so just disregard them. If I weren't doing eyeshadow later, I would have gone ahead and set those too. If I'm not wearing eyeshadow, if I'm going out in the daytime and I'm just wearing makeup and no eyeshadow, I would set that with this exact one. And then pulling tight. Now I'm talking a lot and I'm also pulling a lot, and that's not necessarily a great thing to do. If you know you have a few wrinkles that are stubborn, then you might need to not talk and not move too much. Now I'm going to move on to Black Opal Deluxe Finish Powder. This is in, I don't know what color this is, but it's like this color. And I'm going to use the ball of the back of the round part of my sponge. Start basically where the powder finishes. And I'm going to get all of that. And I'm just pushing it in. And you're gonna feel dry, but do not worry about that because we're going to get it together. We're gonna make it all make sense. You take this BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that same powder and just blend it all out. Alright, so now we are set as far as concealer and we're set as far as the perimeter of our face, but let's do a little bit of more of a contour, like a deeper, just to kind of sink in our bones a little bit more. I love the way this color sets me up for my contour. And with that, I'm going to go in with my Black Radiance pressed powder, and it is Black Coffee. I'm going to take a brush like this, the dome brush, and I'm going to just very lightly your best bet is circles in this area. You can go back and forth like that, I guess, but as far as that initial blend, circles both ways, just to get that really good. Okay, and the other side. I feel like you can see it better if I scoot back. And we are right on where we need to be. I just contour both sides. I can see both sides very well. And then now I'm going to go back in with the first powder we used underneath our eyes, and I'm just going to kind of clean it up. Only for a second. So kind of just taking a little bit of the brush we use for contour. I am going to knock off the white around the edges of my nose. And we're going to rehydrate using that same spray. I am going to go over my face again, and then we're going to do highlight and blush, and we're done. Sponge and kind of just sponge it out. we have this. Okay, so before we do highlighter, I do want to do a little bit of bronzer. I'm just going to take the Park Wave Princess by Tarte. It looks like this. It's been out for a while. Like I said, I am going to get a lot of new stuff. I went through my makeup and just got rid of a lot of stuff because it's just time for new stuff. And I'm just going to go in through here and kind of just... Usually I will leave this on until I'm to my lips, so you'll see me do my lips in another video. Right now, let's just highlight and get out of here, and I will see you in a second. Okay, so I got the makeup out of my hair. I'm gonna spray my face one more time before we highlight. The Make It Last by Milani. That one smells really good. I like that one. Gonna let that live its best life as I reach for my highlighting brush and highlighter, and I'm going to use the KKW Beauty one because it's just my favorite. You can see they're not. And just for shits and gigs, taking the Makeup ColourPop Shayla collab. This is the color Construct. My hair is like sweating out and stuff. Alright, you guys, so I just added a little bit of my Milani gloss on top of what I already had on my lips. This is the final product, the finished product. This is how I do my foundation every day. This is what it looks like. This is what I look like. So I got a little bit of that. You can still see that. You'll always be able to see texture. So take care of your skin. Make sure you exfoliate before you start your foundation. Exfoliation is very important. That way you get all of the dead skin cells off, and that way your makeup will set and perform the way you expect it to, the way it should. And I hope you guys enjoy. Just wait until this next video because that's what I'm excited for. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment if you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you want me to answer or address any further foundation questions. And have a good day, you guys. I love you. Mwah.